Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Mutiny with the 25 North podcast. It is I, your host, Jackson, tonight, and currently with us, we have Jason, we also have Lunar, and we have Cory.
How's it going?
Hello,
Full
hello.
of soup.
And
Full of soup?
Full of soup. I am full of soup.
full of soup.
Full of
And-
soup.
And right now, we're just kind of more or less just talking about things. We've got a couple of anime things to go over. The One Piece live action has been a bit of a topic of conversation. Got some new audio equipment going on. I'm currently losing my voice as I speak, so by the end of this, I might be Batman. We'll see.
Hot. Anyways.
Yeah, I guess we should preemptively apologize. I think we're all four of us are getting over some sort of illness.
Crazy. I don't think you can tell it all with my voice.
Yeah, I feel like mine's pretty well back to where it was a
Yeah,
couple days
Cory's-
ago. Not so much.
Yeah,
I got
Cory's
that good
the
old
best
1-2 though. I had COVID and I had influenza A at the same time.
Yeah, how
So-
was that treating you?
I've lost like 18 pounds. I've eaten like 3 meals in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been enough.
that water weight's gonna come back. Should come back fairly quickly, at least.
Hopefully. If not, I guess I'm a little bit lighter. I'm like 100 pounds lighter than my peak. So some people,
Damn.
would kill for that, but me not so much. I'd like to be a little bit back to where I was.
Yeah.
It's all right. You want to trade?
I would take some. I won't lie.
A hero's sacrifice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my house was riddled with the Rona, so I've been trying to stay Rona free, and I successfully did, but I think in that isolation I caught some kind of cold. It's not the Rona because I keep testing negative.
It's something in the air. That is what it is, because there was definitely somebody at my work who had whatever the hell I had and just like gave it to me, and I said no.
Yeah.
Yeah. This thing with my voice started literally 20 minutes before we started recording, so I don't fucking know what's going on. I suspect it is drainage.
Spring.
Yeah, because for all intents and purposes, it's spring in Texas. So
Yeah, real.
all the pollen and wind is starting to pick up, and typically around this time of year, my voice ends up just taking a nosedive.
And you
Little
become
bit of
Batman.
A pollen-based shit kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be happening here soon too, but so far
Actually,
the
I'm curious
days are above freezing, but it's
Hey.
still below freezing at night, so we're not in pollen season yet.
Yeah, it's getting warmer here in the Bow Valley. The rivers have started to all free up. Like the one that runs right through Canmore here is officially ice-free throughout the town, which is usually a pretty good indicator that spring is on its way. That and all the elk are out in droves.
Oh
Like,
god.
there's probably a herd of, 150 that I saw the other day just outside of Banff.
Mental.
Yeah, it's a lot of elk. A lot of really, really tasty dinners right there.
I was about to say, you get one of those, you get some really good jerky.
I'm not going to turn my elk into jerky.
That's true.
There's so many other options.
Turn them into chaps and boots.
I just double checked what the pollen count is, and apparently molds right now are very high.
I see.
There you
Right
go.
on.
There's your reason right there.
That'll do it.
Womp womp.
Did you make the mistake of touching grass?
Yes, I did touch grass today.
Yeah, we went outside. We went shopping around for our new apartment.
That's right. You guys
Yeah.
got what, like 3 weeks?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, more or less at this point.
Mid-March is the move-in. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A week after my birthday.
let's see. It
This is
one, two-
that's a good segue. So, like, what's the plan for the studio? Are you planning to put the machines together in the same room, or like
no.
separate?
Yeah, we're...
Jackson and I are both loud by association, and
And-
so his mic will pick me up, and yeah.
And it's also unfortunate because since we have very similar work schedules, our stream schedules are also very similar. So we can't be streaming at the same time in the same room. Otherwise, we'll just be talking over each other on each of our streams.
Exactly.
So Lunar is taking the office, and I am setting up my desk out in the middle, in the living room, just against one of the back walls.
Okay. Yeah. Are you planning on getting like one of the like sound curtains to put behind you, or?
Yeah. Well, I've got that green screen right there, and then I'm gonna pointing it behind me because audio podcast. Hee. And then I have a little bit of acoustic paneling on the wall that is right in front of me right now.
Yeah.
So I'll be bringing that with me to try and keep some things down. But yeah, a soundproof curtain probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say that's actually probably a pretty good idea too, because it would be a good privacy curtain, so you can, kind of leave some of the stuff there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
We've gotten some stuff thanks to some of the people here from 25 North too, actually.
Awesome.
I can actually log into like my throne and find that out.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Preemptive shout out to Caleb.
Yeah! Oh, I don't think Caleb's actually... I mean, Caleb is an amazing person. I don't think Caleb has gotten anything from there yet, but Jason definitely did.
I did.
Yeah.
But I got a bunch of this acoustic paneling too that worked out really well.
I want to get some. It looks
Another
so
option
nice.
you could look at in the future is get away from a cardioid mic and go over to a shotgun.
Mm.
You
That's
get
not a
much of
bad
the
idea.
same quality. It's super targeted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
The Rode
sorry,
M7 shotgun is a phenomenal microphone. Like, I could have somebody sitting next to me talking and you would not hear them.
oh wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
If I remember right, the Game Grumps use those mics.
Oh, yeah.
They may not
Just
use
gotta
that
make sure you're
exact
talking
model.
right into it.
Real.
Because if you lean over to get something on your desk, they're not going to hear you.
Real. So I'm looking right now at things that have currently been bought. We have our silicone oven gloves that we got. They're really cute. They're pink on the inside. We got those. The funny mat that Jackson found, our doormat that says "check your vibe before you come inside." That got bought from my community.
Nice.
We got a cute square pan because I wanted to learn how to like make like omelets that way with the square pan.
Sweet.
I also got a veggie chopper. I'm super excited about that.
Nice.
I got my tortilla press. Jason, I got a tortilla press, like a
Hell
metal
yeah.
tortilla press. It's heavy as fuck and it rules.
Gonna
We
make
also
make some blue tortillas with some blue masa.
Fuck, I didn't even think about that.
You can make any color you want.
This is true. I can make the cactus tortillas I used to have growing up in California.
The Napales.
Yeah, nopales tortillas. Oh, so good. We also got that kitchen splash guard that you got, along with the memory foam little mat that you got us too. And then someone got us the fucking giant, like, a bunch of our utensilware.
Nice.
And then seeds for when I actually get a plant potter and I can plant cilantro and basil and lavender.
mint
Yes!
for mojitos.
Yeah, dude!
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Lavender might be a little harder to grow because it's a bush, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't sass me, sir. Don't you sass me.
The mojito.
My
the
long
mojito
history of botany and family owning and running flower shops and stuff like that reared its head for a moment.
No, it's okay. That was funny. I love that. I wasn't ready for that heat.
The mojito reminded me. I have a mead update.
Oh
Meat
yeah.
update!
Where's the meat at?
I have racked the mead. I'm currently showing one of the bottles right now.
Ooh.
That's cinnamon that's floating on the top.
There's nothing floating on the top.
It looks just on the camera. It looks darker on top.
It does look a little bit darker on top. I think that's just because of the lighting of my room.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, I racked it, so there shouldn't be any solids in this right
Okay.
now. But it does have cinnamon in it. It has cinnamon, allspice berries, and clove. and
Nice.
it's been going for probably about a month and a half. So I think at the end of this week it'll be ready to bottle and drink. I had a taste of it when I was moving it off of the yeast, and oh man,
So-
oh man, I'm excited.
Local honey?
Yes.
Nice.
He always does local.
Good.
Yeah.
That's-
I'm about to get super local too, because my parents, through their church, one of their church friends is a beekeeper. And so I'm
Oh,
going to get in
really?
contact with him to see if I can buy like 5-6 pounds of honey from him when the season comes.
Does he protect the hive?
Yes, he does.
Anybody see The Beekeeper with Jason Statham? You got to protect the hive.
Protect the hive.
See, I would not be able to do a honey heist anyway, because I am just terrified
I
of
do
bees.
I do want to play that game, though. I do want to play
Honey Heist? Yeah! I wanted to play it.
I think I did Honey Heist.
It's a one-pager. Yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did it.
We
back
love a
with-
good one-pager.
My old gaming group with the one and only Barry Clare. I haven't seen them around for a long time.
Yeah. Wow, that's a blast from the past name.
Yeah, I can't remember anybody else who was in that group offhand, but yeah, we played. That was my variety group that I played Alien and Kids on Brooms and Paranoia.
Kids on Bikes.
Never played Kids on Bikes.
I think I should be getting second edition any day in the mail now.
Ooh, I would love to play Kids on Bikes with y'all. That'd be fun as fuck.
Y'all just
Dude,
reminded me.
We should do that for a mutiny.
Yes!
Yeah. I need to poke the people that are giving me the RuneScape tabletop game, because I still haven't gotten my physical copy yet. I'm pretty sure I should have gotten it by now.
Ooh, smart. Good shout.
Was it a Kickstarter?
No, it was a pre-order that was on their website.
Oh, okay. If it was a
But
Kickstarter, I was going to tell you might be waiting years for it.
Yeah, real.
I waited a long time for the physical avatar stuff to come through.
So speaking
It's
of
packed up in a box.
speaking of Avatar,
Yes.
that is getting a live action, but
It's going to be
I know-
bad.
I know
Wow.
I'm late to the party. I know
Yeah.
I'm late to the party. I did just today binge all 8 episodes of the One Piece live action.
Good, good.
Yeah, I am a complete One Piece novice. I knew what the basic premise of it was, but I've never seen a single second of the anime. I knew of it, and I knew that the character's name was Monkey D. Luffy, and I knew like the basic premise that he's looking for, this great pirate treasure by the name of the One Piece, and he eats the devil fruit and gives him powers and shit.
Yeah.
But that's about all I knew. And dude, it's good.
Yeah. It's a pretty fucking good anime.
Dude, I would say that it's basically, the way I would describe it to somebody is that it's Pirates of the Caribbean meets Doctor Who. In that it's like Pirates of the Caribbean themed, like that kind of vibe,
Mhm.
but like the campiness of Doctor Who.
Okay.
Like yeah, not like sci-fi, but like the campiness, that basic humor, and like
Yeah,
you got
I
like
get you.
fish people, and yeah, it's weird and campy, that kind of vibe.
I think the word you're looking for is fun.
It is
Yeah.
super fun. Yeah.
Yeah, One Piece doesn't take itself too seriously,
Oh, it's
which is
great.
important. And I feel like out of the 4 of us that are here, we've got a fairly good spectrum of One Piece knowledge, with Jackson knowing nothing at all, as is standard for media. And then
Yeah.
we got Jason, who I'm going to call a beginner.
Mhm.
And then Lunar, you're going to be our moderate, because you're
Yeah.
familiar more so. And then I'm going to call myself the One Piece expert, because I've watched most of it multiple times over at this point.
You are
Oh.
the One Piece.
I do love the One Piece. Yeah, the live action was hands down the best they've done for a live action adaptation of an anime up to this point.
Mhm.
It carries a lot of that spirit that Oda put into One Piece in a fairly good way. there's some things that are probably a little misleading comparatively to the main series. And I don't want to go too deep, but for example, Mihawk, a very different character than what you think based on the one season of live action, in what he represents and his place within the One Piece universe. But overall, you could tell that it was live action made for the fans, like a true homage to One Piece and what it stands for and what it means to a lot of people, myself included. By the end of the series, there's a moment where they swell with an orchestra version of the One Piece theme, and I found myself sitting here in my chair, right where I am now, sobbing like a full-blown child.
Yeah.
And I have no shame, but it was that punch in this nostalgia and heart that you can only get from something you've committed months of your life to. And it's, it was cool.
I think there's... So, right after I finished it, I looked up online, so, like, how to, like... If there's, like, a DBZ Kai version of One Piece, because I don't want to watch 1,000 some odd episodes. And there is. But, like, some of the websites, they mathed it out that if you did not sleep, eat, work, or stop to use the bathroom, it would take you about 15 days nonstop to watch all of One Piece.
Bruh.
That doesn't sound too far off.
15 days nonstop.
Yeah,
Well, and One
tracks.
Piece is bad for falling into the trap that certain animes do when they hit a certain length, where you get 15 minutes of recap that spans 500 episodes of the past, and then 5 minutes of new content, and then the episode's over. So yeah, some of those guided sites can definitely help. Or if you're watching it through like official channels like Crunchyroll, thanks to the communities there, you just scroll down and look at the comments, and 9 out of 10 times somebody is hyperlinked to when the episode actually starts, like immediately after the recap and everything. So that makes it go a lot faster. That being said, I no longer pay Crunchyroll.
Yeah, so like
Real.
So like I was looking that up, just to see where I could like actually start picking up on it.
Mhm.
But the thing that I really did appreciate about it is that I really liked how positive the main players are.
And
like they're very
something
like,
that's a direct translation from the anime and manga, as well as
yeah,
Luffy and the crew. They're fun-loving, smiling, happy, caring pirates.
I mean, they each have their moments of drama.
Of course.
Like you know, like Zoro and Nami, and yeah, they all have their moments of drama that are pretty. Fuck, I mean, what's his face? The cook has that one moment where you find out his backstory, and it's like, holy shit, that is dark.
Yeah,
like,
and that's just scraping the surface.
Oh,
like,
it's
I'm
so
like,
good.
So like it's dark, but still like
That's One Piece, baby.
But yeah, it's still like there's like a very positive outcome and a focus on friendship and loyalty.
Yeah.
And also the cast was so diverse. Like it was awesome seeing a Hispanic main character, like a Hispanic actor, playing the lead character, and the co-lead is an Asian American. Literally the son. I looked it up. The actor who plays Zoro is the son of legendary actor Sonny Chiba.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's Sonny Chiba's son playing Zoro.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a very diverse cast, and that was awesome to see.
Well, and One Piece is one of those universes that diversity isn't forced or included just for the sake of it, but the world itself is just diverse. You have
it is.
It makes sense.
Conjoining oceans that people travel to and from and have settled in over the eras and decades. just trying to survive underneath the celestial dragons. And there isn't any time in there for any more racism than, surface dwellers versus fishmen. And even that is something that, once you get later in, becomes like a main point on how stupid any racial prejudice against the fish people is, because they're just out there trying to survive as well. So yeah, One Piece touches on a lot of really great points through and through.
Yeah, and so like,
I love it.
yeah, it's an awesome point that you make, and it's something that it got me thinking too about how that is also a big part of our game.
Yeah.
Like we have, like you look at our crew, we have such a wildly diverse cast of characters.
Real.
I mean, just look at our PCs.
Got a whole ass dragon in there.
You got a dragon, you got a whole ass demon.
Yeah.
You have a literal Undyne fetchling. And then you just got a random human.
Yes.
Just a straight up human.
Yep.
Who is the minority? Like, on these islands, humans are the minority.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
like,
I think some people could say that about most cities in North America as well, though. That humans are the minority.
Yeah, compared to the rats.
Yeah, the rats and the lizard people.
Yeah, real.
And the pigeons.
Yep.
You did say rats. Just like, they're winged rats.
Honestly, you don't even need to go that far. Just ants. Just ants in general.
Ants.
Mosquitoes.
They're everywhere.
Bastards.
Except for here, we don't really get a ton of mosquitoes here, thanks to
Trade.
altitude.
Trade.
Yeah, you're not below sea level, so
No, we are well above it here. I think we're at 2,500 feet.
See, that's gonna
how many
be a
meters
nice...
is that?
So we are at 1,383 meters. So 4,500 feet.
So that's going to be a nice thing about when we go visit Colorado, Lunar, is that bugs in general are going to be like non-existent, or if they are existent, very tiny.
Excellent.
Yeah, while we may not get mosquitoes, we do get minus 58 Fahrenheit throughout certain periods of the winter. So it's that trade-off.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I take the cold over the bugs.
That's fair.
I live in the land of 10,000 lakes, so
You are in swamp.
Yeah.
Swamp bugs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, and the One Piece live action is very good. I'm looking forward to the second season. That being said, we briefly touched on it, but something that I believe at least 3 of us have watched. Jackson, once again, I just don't know, man. Like the up and coming Avatar: The Last Airbender live action.
Bruh, no, he's definitely been a part of this. We have been watching.
But real quick before we get on that, the other vibe, just real quick, the other vibe that I really liked and really made me think about our show is the fact that in the One Piece universe, they are literally going from island to island. Like there's no cars, there's no other form of transportation other than you're taking a ship from island to island, and that's how you're traveling. And each island is its own kind of community, and that is literally how our show is.
Yeah.
Like we started on one island, went to a second island, we are now on our third island, and we're just going to be going to more and more as we progress.
When we get to our 10th one, we get a free froyo.
Yeah, free Sunday.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
don't know if Zaba can drink or eat anything dairy based as a frog demon.
Not lactose intolerance.
I honestly think it's probably only Timothy.
Finally.
Vesuviak's got some tummy troubles.
He does. Like
you've been eating that.
There's no lactose in there.
Listen, does lactate matter to a stomach filled with lava?
Jackson, answer this question to yourself. Do you think Vesuviak, if he saw a bowl of ice cream, would he eat it and then immediately have to go shit his brains out? Answer the question.
It depends on how big the bowl of ice cream is.
Yeah. That's fair.
a normal bowl of ice cream.
What are we talking normal? Are we talking your normal? Are we talking my normal? Because my normal is a big bowl of ice cream.
Okay, half a pint of ice cream. Let me say that.
That's a lot of ice cream.
I don't
Like a little pint. You know what I mean? Like the little pints.
Yeah.
A little tub of Ben and Jerry's. That's still a lot of ice cream. Half of
It
that?
is a lot of ice cream.
Are you
But
cutting
some
it
people can do it.
horizontally or vertically to measure the half point?
You know what? We are cutting it horizontally.
Okay. It's the most accurate way to get half a pint.
Honestly.
I think Vesuviac would be. He'd probably have like a grumbly stomach, but he wouldn't be sick.
I don't know. Roll that fortitude save.
Yeah, roll fortitude save.
All right, hold on. Let me get my dice.
Tummy troubles.
Yeah. But,
We're in the slice of like arc of 25 North where we are just like, we're all in one apartment. We all fucking hate each other.
All right, that's 10 plus whatever it is.
Save against ice cream, mundane poison, probably a DC 14, 15.
Yeah,
so
you're
yeah, you
fine.
should be all right.
I've got that. I've got that.
Got that.
You do have
Ice
the lowest
cream
hit points
averted.
out of anybody. Timothy has more hit points than Vesuviac. At
Oh
this point.
my god.
That's why I've been keeping shut about all the like. Oh, I have a Timothy's worth of hit points. I'm like, I'm just not gonna say anything.
I'm well aware I monitor everybody's sheets while we play, but it's just fun to make fun of Tim because they're tiny.
I'm so small. I'm so pathetic. Oh no. Oh, woe is me. I kick my little feet up in the air. Oh no.
Yeah, the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Dude,
I am very worried about it. They are
Same.
cutting so much.
Are they going to cut a lot?
So Zuko's motivations are completely changed.
Oh,
now
are
he
they?
doesn't want his family's, like his dad's, respect. Now he wants to win the war. The
Oh.
entire war embossing, say, Earth Kingdom is gone. They're just cutting that completely.
So there's no
And they've-
Toph?
No Toph. Toph will be there, but there is no war happening there because they don't want to take away from this other storyline. And Aang is already outside of the ice at the beginning because he's going to the Northern Water Tribe to stop something from happening there. So they are making some really aggressive changes to a story that's pretty beloved at this point. And have also talked on they're cutting a lot of the side story stuff out of it because they want it to be more linear because they're trying to appeal to the Game of Thrones fan base.
Oh my god, fuck off.
Yeah. So
which is like the least linear show and story
Yeah.
ever told.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about the second season One Piece, but I am not holding my breath for the new Avatar live action, sadly. It could have been good.
Have you watched the Yu Yu Hakusho live action?
I did not.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if that turned out any good.
I'm just so worried about the Avatar show, man. Like that's a show, that's a comfort show for me. Is Avatar. I watch it at least once a year just because it's a genuine masterpiece and a work of art. And I knew that whatever they were going to churn out through the live action wasn't going to stand up to the animated show.
Mm-hmm.
The animated show will always and most likely forever be the optimal way to enjoy Avatar.
Yes.
But yeah, the Game of Thrones thing, because I did hear about that. I didn't hear that they were changing Zuko's motivation. I didn't hear that they were getting rid of the war embossing Say, which is like one of the most significantly important storylines in the entire series. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they should have just wrote a whole new series set within the Avatar universe. Make it a precursor to Aang. Pick one of the 75 avatars that came before him.
Oh my god, yeah,
That would have been great.
The fucking who I can't remember her name. The Earth Avatar, the one that represented Earth.
Avatar
Yeah. I know.
Kyoshi. They could have done a fucking Kyoshi live adaptation.
Yeah, it's not like there isn't source material. There's the novels.
Exactly. They could have absolutely done that, and I think Kyoshi's story probably would have been way better for a Game of Thrones like story style.
Yeah, and Avatar Yang Chen also has novels, so they could have done Yang Chen instead of Aang.
Hi, Nickelodeon, we're coming for your ass right now. Hey, maybe just give us the property. We kind of know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the writing was already on the wall when the news broke very early into production that the original Avatar creators walked off the show.
Yeah, it's
Very
never a
early
good
on.
sign.
Yeah, never a good sign.
Yeah, when they don't endorse it, that's
Yeah.
Hey, we could all be wrong. I hope we are.
I would love to be proven wrong. And in fact, I would love to find out that they just started this up as like to spark word up about the show to get people to watch, only for them to find out, wait a fucking second, they're not doing any of the things that they said they were going to do. In fact, it's like good and it's not changed up at all.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Yeah,
I also
that would be cool.
I
would be
also
cool.
wouldn't have minded a sequel series to Avatar. Like
Oh,
what came
yeah.
after?
between Avatar and Korra.
Yeah, like maybe like treaded to the same territory that the comics treaded to.
Yeah,
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be a movie.
Oh, is it?
I could have sworn. Give me a second here. Let me actually. Hi, quick field research as I go deep
well,
into
you
the mines.
like tell the story of like J.K. Simmons' character, but yeah, as a young kid.
Oh my god. Imagine young J.K. Simmons. Hi, let's all take a moment and imagine J.K. Simmons right now trying to voice act a younger version of himself. Because he could do it.
No, I think you just keep the voice as a child. Like 6 years old, he's just J.K. Simmons.
Hey, I'm J.K. Simmons. How's it going?
That would be
Balls
pretty
dropped right
great.
away.
That would be pretty
Parker,
great.
get in here.
Parker.
Oh, wrong character.
Oh my god.
Give me those pictures of Spider-Man.
Who the fuck is Spider-Man? Let me see. Movie. I know that there's supposed to be a movie coming out. I just don't know when.
How is the RPG, by the way? I haven't played it.
The RPG is fine. I like the RPG. Remember the
Yeah.
one that we're... Yeah.
I still haven't taken a second shot at it after I've gotten it. Just because when I tried running it the first time, I was not familiar at all with how Powered by the Apocalypse games work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But now that I've actually played in a by the Apocalypse game, I have kind of see how the GMing goes. I feel like I'll be a lot more comfortable to do that because I wanted to roll dice the entire time. Like, nope, GM doesn't roll dice. What the fuck do I do for combat?
Okay, so I've got news from it. Now, granted, this is from the Nerdist website, so this is last information that we had about it was from May 30th of 2023. Now, there was an Avatar The Last Airbender movie that was announced. They're getting a cinematic outing that will continue the story of all of the favorite characters from the original series, meaning it will be Aang, Katara, Zuko, Sokka, Toph, and everybody else. That movie's supposed to be coming out in 2025. It's supposed to be, from what we can tell, like them possibly in their late 20s.
Oh, cool.
So
That'll be
it's
good.
like in
That's like-
between that area.
Does
That's
it
like
say if
after comic
Titmos is doing
territory.
it? Or...
Yeah. Right now I don't know who's doing it. Here, I'll send you guys this article because they actually did some art for what it would look like. At least like character designs of them. Give me. Sorry, listeners, you don't get to look this up. Except you could just go look it up.
So in the RPG, do you get to choose what kind of bender you play, or?
Yeah, you can.
So-
Oh, go ahead, Jackson. You know.
Yeah, so the character sheets that you're filling out are more like personality archetypes.
Yeah.
So like the bold, the icon, and stuff like that.
Yeah. So yeah.
And so when you make your character, you can choose any of the 4 bending disciplines, or you can choose to be like a martial fighter, like how Sokka is, or you could choose to be like a more of a technologist, like I guess how, what is her name, Asami in Korra?
Yeah.
More of like how she fights.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's no restriction. Like you could have 4 firebenders running around and that'd be completely fine.
Real. I think I still have, because when we played it, I had made a version of Irene, my character that I played in TRT. I had a version of her in our little Avatar campaign where she was not a bender, but she was a brilliant, like, scientist almost. And so I kind of worked with her mind instead. And I also got a big dog.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want a big dog, right?
It was very cool.
Listen,
She
the
also, like, Jackson had a good game for it. Sorry, I didn't mean to step over your toes.
Oh, you're all good. The polar bear dog is so much fun.
It was so cute.
Yeah, no, that was. I think a lot of I wasn't super satisfied with the story I actually wrote for it, unfortunately.
Oh.
Because the thing is that I was trying to basically make it to where, like, what if the Avatar didn't wake up? And so this is now this group of 4 adventurers going around and trying to figure out Fire Nation shenanigans and trying to stop them because the Avatar is still asleep for all we know.
Mhm.
So that I feel like was too grand of a scope for what Powered by the Apocalypse is meant for. So that,
Yeah.
or I just still didn't understand it and need to really crack down and look at that book. But I'm working on Pathfinder shit right now, so it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Powered by the Apocalypse is a cool system, but it's generally made, I'd say, for more episodic
Yes.
adventures where you deal with this problem and then you get a new one that may be a continuation or something they've stumbled across from within it, and then you build from there in chunks, and you never have the grand idea laid out to your players. It's more, this is where you guys start and things are bad, what do you want to do, and you go from there.
Yeah, it's a perfect like pick up and play type system.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
Which is much the
Monster
same
of the
with, like,
Week works perfectly for Powered by the
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
Oh my god, I love Monster of the Week. It's so much fun.
I've been having a lot of fun DMing Pathfinder.
Hell yeah!
Though-
So you were saying right before we started recording that some shenanigans happened your last session.
You almost killed your party 3 times.
One character in the party got downed 3 times between 2 fights.
that sounds normal.
So a group of level 5 or a
Wait,
group
I
of
didn't realize
5.
Corey was playing in your game.
It's not even just in this game. Like, I almost lost a character in Troubles in Otari the other day. Yeah, Toshi almost died again. I need to stop bringing back character concepts. Apparently they're cursed.
But it's a 5-person group of level 2 characters. So they went into this mansion, they fought a mimic, which almost killed them, but because the mimic got cornered, it panicked and ran away, and so that gave the guys an opportunity to actually take it out. And then the second one was a dark wizard, where this sorcerer, they have not learned the lesson of wait for the rest of the party, because I think 2 out of those 3 encounters that happened that night were based on him opening a chest or opening a door before everybody else was ready. So I was like, well, there's the enemy, roll for initiative.
It sounds like you need to teach that player a lesson. No running away mimics, just swallow whole.
The mimic stat block that I was using didn't have swallow whole, but it did have that adhesive, which really fucked with them because they got stuck to the adhesive right away because they can't do a DC 23 reflex save. They definitely don't have the athletics for the escape check. They have to fish for a nat 20 on that one.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, escape you can use athletics, acrobatics, or unarmed strike.
Okay.
But still, yeah.
Yeah.
Still, DC 23 for level 2 characters is hard.
Yeah. And then they ran into 3 closets that took this guy down twice in one fight. They got
closets.
that venom is a killer.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, it was definitely a lot more of a difficult session this time around. So hopefully I'm doing my math right and the encounters aren't super busted, but we'll see how they...
Did I give you the website for the encounter? encounter planning?
Oh yeah, you did. All the math checks out.
Okay, yeah. Then you should be fine.
Yeah, the Mimic
Math
was
checks
80
out.
XP, the Dark Wizard and the Dark Wizard and his Quasit Minion, they were like 100 XP, so a severe encounter. And then the 3 Quasits were like another severe encounter, but even the medium encounter was the most deadly. If
that sounds
they had
accurate.
not rolled like crap.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. I think I've lost more characters in moderate encounters than I have severe.
Yeah. I am excited though for dungeon that I'm getting ready to pull them through, which it's the first dungeon I have made that has what I am considering as an internal engine to how it works. Because the entire time they are exploring the dungeon, there's going to be a Minotaur that is patrolling the dungeon halls itself, and there are several pressure plates that, if they step on it, rings a loud bell to notify the Minotaur of the party's exact position. And so that's going to be like the central conflict for this next dungeon that they're going through, and I'm really curious to see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd have to look at a Minotaur stat block. I could be mixing up systems, but I know with Minotaurs, if you kill something, you get a free gore attack.
I would have to double check that.
That might have been a different system. I played a Minotaur briefly in... Oh, that was 1E. Princes of the Apocalypse. It's one of the 1E early adventures.
Oh yeah, that got redone in 5e.
Yeah, Minotaur.
It's originally from 5e and brought over to 1e. I can't remember.
Minotaurs don't have that. They have a powerful charge where for 2 actions they can do 2 strides and then make a horn strike.
Yeah.
And if it moved at least 20 feet during those 2 strides, which is pretty easy to do, you can increase the strike's damage to 2d8 plus 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And then for 1 action, they can do Hunted Fear, or they can make an intimidation check to demoralize all living creatures within 60 feet.
That's a big
that
radius.
Can hear it. You don't need to see it. Just hear the Minotaur.
It's a big radius.
That's huge. That to just demoralize everybody within 60 feet.
Oh yeah. So that's going to be a very fun thing that the party is going to have to pretty consistently avoid unless they want to immediately get into a tough fight.
Yeah. This is where that's where a good silence spell would work, but I don't think they have a wizard that can cast silence.
Nope. And the worst part is that the door to the center of the dungeon, the key to that door is hanging around the Minotaur's neck. So they are going to have to deal with that Minotaur regardless.
Womp womp.
It's just, do they want to do it on their terms, or are they going to have to end up fighting the Minotaur on the Minotaur's terms?
Yeah.
So if you had an NPC sprinkle the beast within the labyrinth to them, so that they can kind of pre-plan going in.
See, they already know that there is a Minotaur that is in that area because of an interaction they had during session 1, actually, where this sinkhole opened up in the middle of this village where one of the players is from, and when they were going, and since they are a alchemist with a chirurgeon, or the medical alchemist, I have no idea how to pronounce
Chirurgeon.
it.
Yeah.
Because he was helping out an adventurer that had gone into that and got gored by the Minotaur and was somehow able to escape. So, like, they're very aware that there's a Minotaur stomping around out there.
Good.
And it's also going to be fun, too, because there are 3 encounters that are happening in the dungeon. And since this dungeon is kind of like a temple embodying certain conflicts of mankind, so 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. But because it's kind of like its own temple and a holy site, the 3 other encounters that are going on in the dungeon are going to be like in stasis in time and are considered to be belonging there by the Minotaur. So the Minotaur won't fight any of these encounters, but if they're in an encounter and the Minotaur rolls up, a new enemy has joined the fight. So we'll see how that goes. It might be a bit rough, so I'm at least going to have a way to show mercy if it happens to be that I plan this to be a bit harder than it needed to be.
It could
But
be
we'll
so
see.
funny though.
Oh yeah, I might
Nice.
see about recording that session, honestly.
Oh, do it!
Depending on what platform you guys play through, if let's say you're just using Discord, there's lots of bots like Craig that'll allow you to record right in your voice chat in Discord.
Yeah,
I have
we use Craig.
I have OBS set up to just capture Discord audio, and that's worked.
Works all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also bitten off a little more than I could chew with a 5e dungeon that I have planned for a third game. I made a 5-story Yanti temple and realized I did not have enough physical map space to do it. So I have like 3 weeks to get a bigger map.
Oh, it's fine. Jackson, I'll help you get a bigger map.
Hell yeah.
I'm a big fan of just buying the hanging easel paper that's gridded.
If you want a bigger map, just swing 3 times.
That one took me a second, but I got it.
I'm a father. I tell jokes.
We got him.
The Pathfinder dad jokes.
They don't call me Dwarf Daddy for nothing.
Hate is the only word I can understand right now at this moment in time.
It's alright. I'm pretty sure that if Zaba dies, I'm going to finally be forced to play a wizard, so
Ooh.
that'll be interesting.
Bro,
Are you sure you want to do a wizard with the current landscape of Tui, though? Because I thought wizards were pretty bad with the remaster.
That's fine.
We can just make it
That's
better.
bad if you play them right.
I don't think they're bad.
They're not as powerful, I guess I should say.
They're not the gods they were in first edition.
Yeah.
In first edition, they were literal walking gods. Like it was kind of nutty.
That's how they are in 5e too.
Yeah.
Full caster classes in 5e are just so much stronger than any mundane class.
Yeah.
I love playing an artificer in 5e for that reason, because I can just be a silly little guy. It's great. But also, if Timothy dies, which again, I super don't want to have happen, but if he does...
Keep pushing Zaba and we'll see what happens.
Shush you. But if he does die, the backup character is gonna be something. Jason knows.
It's nutty.
It's silly, Your Honor.
It's nutty.
I keep on like changing what I want Vesuviac's backup to be, because like initially I was like, oh, I could do a skeleton gunslinger and be kind of like what's the skeleton guy from One Piece's name? I always forget it.
Oh, Brooke?
Yeah.
Brooke, yeah. I'd be like act a little bit like Brooke, because I have my knowledge of One Piece is very scattered. Like I know current arc spoilers, but I don't know.
Brooke is a bard, believe it or
Brooke
not.
is a bard.
That tracks. But I was gonna do a skeleton gunslinger, and then I was
rogue.
and then I immediately was like, wait, what if I did like an orc magus? And now I'm like, ranger looks fun. So I'm gonna have to like really think about what that backup character is gonna be.
See what it looks like when the time comes.
Dude,
Pretty much, yeah.
An orc magus would be so sweet. You do like the great sword magus.
Yeah.
The two-handed weapon.
Yeah, that was the plan for that one.
I really like the twisting tree magus, the staff magus.
Yeah.
That's a really cool subclass.
That or could just level up Vernon up to where we are right now.
True. That's
my little rat folk
he's a
madness.
laughing shadow.
Yes.
Yeah, the teleporting one.
And since he's a little rat, it makes sense for him to be, a stowaway on a ship, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's I know that Jason and I had discussed at one point the potential of Glump being my backup. Neither of you guys would have encountered Glump,
Glump is
No.
fun.
but
I'm so scared.
we've got a little side game that happens through 25 North that some of you listeners may be familiar with, where we're playing through the Weeby Goblin saga. And my offering to that is Glump, a poppet. So he's a little stuffed doll of a goblin who specializes in using weird spells like inside ropes and chaos. Because the concept of like living animated or living inanimate objects is essentially you're like wished into existence by a child.
Yeah.
So what kind of twisted wish would a goblin child feed into its doll? And what does that look like as a character? Which is, it's always fun to come at builds from that alternative standpoint. I have never looked at what's considered meta in 2E because I just don't care. Like, there's so many options. You might as
Spider.
well just have fun with it. Like,
Fighter. It's
Fighter?
fighter.
I
that
like
doesn't surprise me.
I like being aware of the meta just because that helps me be like, well, what kind of builds are possible with this? Or what would be kind of fun to like base a build off of? But yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
I honestly, the way the math works out in Pathfinder, just play what you want. It doesn't
Real.
matter. You could come up with the most. You could randomize your character, and it would be balanced.
I have found that
You
that's
could
actually
randomize your ancestry, your heritage, your class, your ABCs, and it would be balanced. Like
that's actually something that I have heard as a common misconception of Pathfinder, where there is, even though there's all these options and all these feats and stuff, there is one optimal path to play, or like there's only a few like viable options. And in my experience so far, no, not at all. Like this game is so customizable.
in first edition maybe.
Yeah.
Fifth
I
edition,
don't know.
I would argue
First
that
edition,
too.
you could get so weird, though.
You could.
Like- At level 5, you got access to 100 different feats that don't require any prereqs to get into it. Like, yeah. That's why, like, I loved first edition because, like, I've played characters that are 3 or 4-way multi-classes that still completely function and are monsters at what they do, which is always fun to come around to. But it's also a lot of math and work to get a character to function with that many classes strapped under their belt.
It's true, yeah. But yeah, in 5e, my experience with 5e is just like, if you're going to play a paladin, you have to build the paladin this way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be garbage.
Or it's like the only viable warlock is a Hexblade warlock.
Yeah.
I found this out recently because I had heard that peace domain clerics are just fucking broken. And so I looked it up to figure out why. And yeah, their level 1 feat is infinitely better than Bardic Inspiration ever could be.
God.
Oh, in 5e?
Yeah, it's like...
I was looking up what the peace domain was in 2nd edition. I was like, peace domain?
No, in 5e, yeah, because what it is I think you pick 3 people, and then as long as they're within 30 feet of, or as long as one of those people is within 30 feet of another person, so you can have a 90-foot long chain of people, they just get plus 1d4 to everything. And it's not a resource you spend, it's just as long as you're within that time frame and within that distance from your friend, you just get plus 1d4 to your roll, and this starts at level 1. It's like a Bardic Inspiration at level 1 is a d6, and once you spend it, that's it. So, wow, this class is very unbalanced.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen.
Yep. What can you do, though? That's 5e for you.
Yeah, real.
Which is
why
why
play a different game.
Yeah, which is why I like the way second edition Pathfinder's built, where it's the chassis of it is the mathematical engine.
Yeah.
So like if you're gonna add to it, you got to make sure that it fits the math first when you add it, then you add the flavor. Like that at least keeps it in balance. Like, so, of course, there's going to be some imbalance. Like, for example, the champion multi-class dedication is a lot more powerful than any other multi-class dedication, giving you heavy armor specialization and the lay on hands ability for just the dedication feat, compared to, I don't know, like the cleric dedication.
Yeah. We'll have to see if that's going to change up with the
I think it will.
player core too.
I think it will. I hope it does, at least.
I'm curious to see what changes to Alchemist are going to happen with player core 2. That actually reminded me. I had to clarify something with one of my players last night because Reddit had misled them on what exactly the Tururgion did.
Mm-hmm.
So, because apparently, hold on, I gotta actually pull this up so I have the actual text.
You get the roll crafting when making your treat wounds.
Yeah, because there's apparently a very large section of people that are stating that you still have to have the medicine proficiency. And I'm like, where did you get that from? It very, very specifically says you can use your proficiency rank in crafting for anything that requires a proficiency rank in medicine, such as prerequisites. So I wasn't sure what people were talking about still requiring medicine proficiencies.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that was fun. I hope they write that to be more clear.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what they were talking about. But yeah, I got my part 1 of my new equipment.
Ooh.
Audio equipment.
Yeah.
So I got my audio interface. The part 2 and part 3 are going to be on the way later this week, which is my new upgraded microphone and the XLR cable, so I can connect my new upgraded microphone to my audio interface. Yeah, the audio interface story was a bit of a fun adventure this week. So I got it and plug it into the computer because obviously I need to update the firmware. And it's a USB-C input or output on the unit that connects to whatever you want to connect it to. And I have a hub that's connecting my laptop to my monitors and all this other stuff. My hub has a USB-C input as well. So I was just like, oh, sweet, I have this USB-C to USB-C cable. I'll just plug that instead of the USB-A to USB-C cable that came with the unit. It's like, fine. I'll use a USB-C to USB-C. And I got download the application, run the application. The application recognizes the device and it says, hey, if you want to use your device, you got to update the firmware. Awesome. Sweet. Update it for me. So it does a little spinning, saying that it's processing the update, and then the application freezes.
Oh no.
I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, okay. I restart my computer. Same thing happens. I'm like, shit. Okay. So I do a bunch of different things to try to figure out. I'm like, okay, I unplug it. I turned it off, turned it back on again. I restarted my computer. I uninstalled the program, reinstalled the program. I did all the basics that you would want. Same stuff still happens. Like, what the fuck? So I submit a ticket to the company. It's after 5 o'clock on a Friday. I'm like, I'm not expecting them to get back to me. Well, yesterday, right before my 3 o'clock Saturday game that I played, I was like, it's like around 2 o'clock. I'm like, you know what? I got a little time to kill. I'm going to try fiddling with it again. And I was like, how about a long shot? I'm going to try using the cable they gave me. I'm going to unplug something, and I'm going to use the USB-A to USB-C cable they gave me. Lo and behold, that worked. I don't know why my USB-C to USB-C cable, which is a high data, high capacity cable didn't work, but a USB-A to USB-C cable worked. I have no idea why.
I assume immediately that it may have to do something with like a security chip in the cable, like what a lot of Apple Lightning cables have.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, but you would think that then if that was the case, the application wouldn't have recognized the device initially.
Yeah,
Either that or it was putting itself in some sort of sleep standby mode while it was trying to do the update, and that's what was crashing it.
Maybe,
but that shouldn't be cord specific, and I'm sure your hub isn't a $23 one from Amazon.
Oh God, no.
And the important thing is though that it works.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got it working. I can fiddle with all the switches and sliders and everything. Yeah. So I'm excited to see how this will change the audio quality on my waveform at least. So we'll see.
Yeah, I've got.
Eventually I'll convert over to an XLR and box, but
I've got a.
Things
full
are expensive
XLR.
in the Bow Valley.
Yeah, I've got a full XLR setup on my end. I've had for a few years though. Admittedly, my microphone is getting to the point where I think I might need to replace it, because I'll find whenever I am editing my RuneScape videos, I will hear a buzz in the background of the mic, and I think that's because this is starting to get to be 5 years old now. So
Yeah,
that's
Clogged up.
That's why I'm a little interested about that shotgun shout. See if the shotgun mic would help out.
Yeah, potentially.
Also, as a side note, audio equipment recently has been making me laugh because of the Shadow the Hedgehog real-time fan dub by Snapcube.
I'm updating my audio equipment. I've
updated my audio equipment.
Oh my god.
My kid and I did watch Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie, which we haven't watched yet.
What'd you think?
We watched it over this weekend, and
Okay.
dude, I enjoyed that shit.
Yeah,
That shit was fun as hell.
Hi. Now I can actually come in again. Sorry, don't mind me. I've been in my Twitter tabs, having a good time over here. I'm so excited about Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Did you hear the potential casting for Shadow?
Oh, they're bringing Shadow to this one?
Oh,
I'm the one to tell you this? Oh, hi. Sorry. This is the rest of the podcast here, kids. Hate to break it to you.
Did you see the
one?
Did you see the end credits scene at the end of Sonic 2?
No, I didn't.
You need to watch that.
Man.
Okay.
I want a
live for you.
live Jason reaction
All
right now.
All right. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I was assuming that Amy Rose was going to be in Sonic 3,
So that's what everyone else is also theorizing too.
but I didn't. But I should have assumed Shadow.
Shadow.
You're right.
Here's the other thing. Hi, breaking Sonic movie news. Crush 40 is going to make an appearance.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Music-wise, in this one.
It's gotta be Live and Learn. It's
And yeah,
gotta be Live and Learn.
we've been told it's going to be a very beloved song that they've done. And from what it sounds like, this one is shaping up to be very much like Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, really?
Yep, you want to know why, Jason? Because they've casted Maria.
Really?
They've casted Maria. We are gonna see a blonde girl die in 4K on the big screen. There's ain't no way they ain't gonna show this kid getting got. And I could not be...
That's just part of Shadow, man.
I saw that I don't know, Donut Lord. His wife isn't in the third movie.
I didn't know that, but I also could just be because maybe she was cast in a different project. So that could very well be it.
I was like, oh shit, she's not gonna be in the movie? Oh, that's a bummer.
But guess who's coming back from retirement for this movie?
Jim
Jim
Carrey.
Carrey.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Jim Carrey, who said he would not come back unless the script was goddamn gold.
And it was, apparently.
Apparently, this movie's gonna be so good. I'm trying to, like, have my expectations tempered, obviously, but
Ben Schwartz as fucking
my
Sonic
God.
is gold.
If you think his casting is good as Sonic, you need to watch the new Rise of TMNT show. He does fantastic Leonardo.
Dude, he was great. He was great in the movie.
He was.
As one of the turtles.
Oh my God, yes. The movie is so good. You watch the show. It's so good. But the potential... Are you going to watch it?
No, not the... Not Turtles. Fucking DuckTales. That's what I meant.
DuckTales! 2018 DuckTales is so good,
Dude,
too.
He's great as...
Huey.
I
think it's Huey. He's the blue one. He's slowly and surely becoming all blue icons of our childhood.
Yeah, because the red one is Abed from Community.
Yes. That cast is really good. That's the next show I want to watch with Jackson.
Fucking David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck is gold.
That's amazing.
It's gold.
I mean, technically, Don Cheadle is Donald Duck, so I mean, there's nothing else better than that.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
How could you forget about that? That lives with me in my core.
Oh, and Beck Bennett is...
Oh my God, yeah.
What's his name?
Fuck. Louis? No.
No. Oh, God, what's his name? The pilot.
Oh,
Launchpad. Yeah, Launchpad McQuack.
Yeah. But anyways, go watch 2018 DuckTales. It's a goddamn treat.
All right.
Lin-Manuel Miranda's in it. I need to hear this, though. I need
to watch this 45-second clip.
Yes, please and thank you.
All right, here we go. I'm hitting the play button.
Okay, excellent. I need to know.
Oh,
I never drank
that
the Sonic
old bastard.
I'm so sad for you, Cory.
Honestly, overall, I'm just surprised we haven't seen some sort of Mega Man TV show or movie.
Oh.
Real, though.
Robotnik's little lackey.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
He's hilarious.
He's very good. He's a little fruity. I love it.
They are so queer-coded.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Jason's like, okay, hold the fuck up.
My
Lunar.
My God.
Yes.
Project Shadow.
Lunar popped off in the theater when that happened.
I went to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Day one, I took Jackson with me. We went to see it in the theater, and I think I was the loudest person in that theater as I fucking screamed, and everybody followed up after me. It was so much fun. But so, the potential casting of Shadow the Hedgehog. Hi, do you like Anakin Skywalker from the Star Wars movies? Yeah, no.
Really?
Yeah, that's potential casting, buds.
Hayden?
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of coming out of retirement.
Yeah, I know. That's the potential casting. We don't know yet. Shadow's been wrapped in mystery.
I still think Idris Elba was brilliant cast as
amazing.
Knuckles.
Oh
Dude,
my God, amazing.
His character as Knuckles is so good. And I was just like, I need to turn that whole gimmick into a Pathfinder character.
Real.
This is my chariot.
He's really good at it. It's just awesome. Oh my God. I'm just excited about that movie. I'm excited to see who else they're gonna cast. I'm a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan. I've always been a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, though. Yeah.
And on the topic of interesting casting, we just got a pretty big announcement for time beloved comic book series with its casting that I know is quite near and dear to our very own Jason's heart.
Yes.
How are we feeling? How we feel about the casting for this group?
Dude,
I'm speaking of the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Oh my God. Let's fucking go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk
about
it. Oh my God.
So Cory's not wrong, but the Fantastic Four is my favorite comic book series ever. I've read nearly every issue that I could get my hands on. There's a lot of the early stuff that I haven't read, like the really early stuff I haven't gotten around to reading. But the fact that of the recent stuff, my favorite of the recent arcs is written by Jonathan Hickman, and
Ooh.
that's the one that's going to inspire the movie. And
Yes.
Pedro
Oh
Pascal
my god.
is cast as Mr. Fantastic.
He is pretty
Speaking of
fantastic.
stretchy guys,
Yes.
dude, he's great. He's so good.
He's so
Everybody I've
funny.
talked to from when he was here filming in Canmore and Banff for The Last of Us that interacted with him said that he was just genuinely one of the sweetest, nicest human beings they've ever met as well. So that says a lot.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I know that there's a big contingent on the intranet,
Mhm.
the internets that says, is he really going to be able to play like a super smart genius guy?
Oh my god.
I'm like, dude's an actor. Let's just give him some credit. You know, he's an actor. He can. Let's let him act.
Let him cook. Let the man cook.
Vanessa Kirby is cast as Sue Storm.
Yes. That's a good casting.
That's
is like
what I'm
really
saying.
good casting.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
I think this is gonna be like I really hope this movie is good, man. I just hope the writing doesn't suck. Because it's one thing to have a great acting cast. They
True.
can only do so much, though, if the writing's dog water.
I don't think that they can afford to screw up the Fantastic Four again.
Oh, no, they can't. My dad and I are huge fans of it. We love Fantastic Four. My dog is stirred.
Yeah, because I've said this in our Discord, and if you're not part of our Discord, I can reiterate it here. But real quick, the very, very first Fantastic Four movie, the one with
John Krasinski.
No, the one with Ewan Gruffudd and Jessica Alba and Chris Evans and Michael Chiklis. Like the first one is a little bit of a guilty pleasure. It's not the Fantastic Four. They aren't the Fantastic Four. Like, they're just four superheroes, really. But because to me, the Fantastic Four, it's all about the family. Like if you don't have that family dynamic, then they're not the Fantastic Four. You have to have the family dynamic, the family drama. That is what makes the Fantastic Four the Fantastic Four. And then on top of that, you add the sci-fi elements. You make it a science fiction show. That's what the Fantastic Four is. But yeah, so
here's hoping.
Yeah.
As the Thing, we have Eben Moss-Backrack, who
What
who
have they been in?
He plays. Have you seen Chef?
Yes,
Not
Chef.
sure if I have.
Heard Chef.
Not Chef. Not the movie Chef. What's fuck?
The Bear?
The Bear. That's what I mean. The Bear.
I was
he's
like,
in The Bear.
I think I know you were talking about. I was like, let me make sure.
Yeah, the Bear. The Bear.
Oh,
He's in
okay.
The Bear.
I really liked The Bear.
Yeah, he's in The Bear. He's the cousin.
Oh, okay.
He's also in. He was in the Punisher Netflix series as Gadget.
Oh, dang.
I definitely didn't watch that one.
Okay.
But
Yeah, he's also in that Jennifer Lawrence comedy that just came out this last summer, which was really fun, by the way. No Hard Feelings. That was a really fun show. Or movie. And then lastly, as our very own Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, is Joseph Quinn, who played Eddie Munson on the new season of Stranger Things.
Oh, really?
He's going to be the Human Torch.
cool. I look forward to getting some more details and seeing exactly how that project shapes up.
Me too.
Because in this
Yeah.
market where superheroes have become so saturated,
Yeah.
to the point where I think most of the general public is kind of meh and gotten over them.
We're
I think
at that point now.
Yeah, I'm pretty burned
I
out
think
on
that
superhero movies.
Fantastic Four
Yeah.
could be our last true bastion of a right proper superhero movie.
Because
know-
because it can be something different. It can be
Yes.
like that yeah, it's a superhero show, but it's like it could be like a hard science fiction. Like
Do we
you can
know-
really make it big sci-fi.
Do we know if this is going to be part of the MCU or is it,
It is.
separate?
It is. This is the next stage.
So now
Yeah,
I'm
they're
curious.
kicking off. They're kicking off Secret Wars. Like this is going to be
Okay.
the kickoff to Secret Wars.
Because I was curious about how they would integrate Fantastic Four, because I know that they were pretty significant with Thanos, especially the Silver Surfer.
Yes.
Well, Galactus. Silver Surfer is a herald of Galactus.
Yeah, and like the scene where Silver Surfer crashes in and warns everybody that Thanos is coming, that got replaced by the Hulk. So it's like, okay, so what are they gonna do with the Fantastic Four and all that stuff? So
Yeah, well, the movie is rumored to actually be in the 60s. Like the movie
cool.
takes place in the 60s.
oh,
That,
okay.
the
So,
promo
like-
art for that makes
like-
sense.
During the space race, like that is when the movie takes place, which I think is a good idea. Like, let's get out of all the mess of
Mhm.
current MCU, and let's focus on like the 60s. Like we saw World War II, you know, we saw a little bit of the 60s in the Avengers movie with like a tiny bit of it.
Yeah, Age of Ultron when they go back in time or whatever it is.
Yeah, like Infinity War or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's largely
not
untapped.
Age of Ultron.
Captain Marvel, I think, has a little bit in that time period.
Like that was in the 80s. Yeah.
So it's definitely not the 60s.
but like it's taking place during the space race.
Yeah.
Like that's I think like a brilliant idea if they actually do that, and then like they can get lost in like some weird time warp bullshit,
Yeah.
and then they are a family from the 60s
Mm-hmm.
stuck in like the 2020s.
So I'm
It would
just
be good.
I'm just getting superhero fatigue. I'm getting burnt out
100%.
real
Oh
bad.
God, yeah.
I can't remember the last superhero movie I went to the movie theaters for.
Real.
For me, it was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I did not like it. I did not like that movie.
I didn't go see that in the theater.
It, yeah, I know a lot of
I
people
pretty much
did like
exclusively go to Godzilla movies in theaters at this point.
valid. So
How
valid
valid
right
of you.
now.
I go to horror movies with Brooks when they're on the cheap seats, like on Tuesdays.
Ooh.
Like
Okay.
cheap seat Tuesdays. Like we go to
See-
horror movies. I'm going to
Yeah.
go see Dune 2 in the theater.
Oh
Okay.
hell yeah. Okay.
I actually just watched Dune 2, or the first Dune.
Yeah, what'd you
in
think?
The past week here, I quite enjoyed it.
Dude, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very well done.
It's world building. It's a lot of world building.
It's important plot, and I know that it was a common complaint that people said that not enough happened and that was boring. But I think those
disagree.
people just need to stop with the constant explosions and dopamine that comes
Real.
with them, because it's just not that kind of film, fam.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
can-
going to
you
be
can
the
have a
second one, I
solid-
think.
a solid plot.
I wonder
Dude.
if it'll end up
And
being like
Javier Bardem is so fucking good in that, and like
Yeah.
the little bits you get of him, he's just so good.
I wonder if it'll end up being like the Chronicles of Riddick, where the second movie with a lot of the action happens to be the most popular of that trilogy.
Yeah,
Hard to say, yeah.
It would be hard to say. Yeah.
I'm looking forward
dude,
to it.
but Pitch Black is so good though.
It is. It is.
Pitch Black is my favorite.
But Chronicles of Riddick, he kills a guy with a soup cup.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Real.
I love Pitch Black. Oh, the video game.
In my brain,
Speaking of video games, the video game for the Riddick video game is amazing.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
I didn't know there
Okay.
was a video game. I gotta check that out.
dude. Yes.
The more you know.
Yes. You should check out the Riddick video game. It's fucking awesome.
that would have been what, PlayStation 2 generation?
I was in college, so yeah, it was PS2 or PS3. Right
Okay.
around then. Like
Like right in
during
that
that
gap.
conversion. Yeah.
Interesting.
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, well, with being sick over the past couple weeks, I've hardly touched the video games, but boy, have I watched movies.
Escape from Butcher
Yeah.
Bay came out in 2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, right in that middle point.
It's interesting to me hearing people say that they were too sick to play video games, because that's what I do when I'm sick. is that I just get myself a controller, get in a comfy chair, and just play through a comfort game.
I'm with Cory. I watch movies.
Yeah.
It's
I watched
fair.
so many movies.
I
Like all
lied
6
in
Lord of the
bed.
Rings movies over the
When I
course
was-
of a day and a half.
Nice.
I've watched so many, like, when I was doing my isolation from my family when they were riddled with the Rona, I watched so many horror movies that I missed from 2023. I think I've watched like 7 or 8 horror movies in like the span of 3 days.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new
any
Exorcist?
standouts?
Yeah, there were a couple of real good standouts. So Thanksgiving was fucking awesome and hilarious. Did you see that one, Cory?
Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
I did not see
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
that was new if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Like it's meant to be comedy, like horror,
Okay,
like schlocky horror comedy.
Here's one that I've seen going around that I haven't really looked into. X.
Yes,
Have you watched
X is
X?
great. X
Okay.
is great.
It's on my radar just because of the cast. 'cause
And the
it's got a
prequel to
pretty lit
X-
lineup.
Called Pearl is also really good. Other than that, Influencer, I wouldn't say is a horror. It's more of like a thriller. But Influencer was good. I'm trying to think of what else. I was talking to Steve about it.
Did you see the new Exorcist movie?
I did.
That
Man.
movie's so bad.
Oh, Talk to Me. Talk
Yeah?
to Me.
Talk to Me is good.
Talk to Me was phenomenal.
Okay.
Talk to Me was phenomenal.
I definitely don't keep up with horror movies anymore. Once upon a time I did, but I have
Dude,
fallen off of that.
You'd like Thanksgiving. You should watch that one.
I'll add it to the mental list and hope I remember next time I go looking for a movie to watch.
Yeah.
How are the
Hopefully I won't
Purge
just-
movies?
I haven't watched those.
Okay.
The first one's okay. The second
Okay.
one's okay because they realize that it's stupid and it's kind of campy in certain moments, but they're nothing that I would recommend anybody rushes out and watches. Unless you were like,
Gotcha.
if you're one of those people that like really thought Saw was creative and interesting, you might be able to enjoy The Purge more so.
Still have never
but-
seen Saw. I don't think I would want to watch Saw.
No, you
honestly.
wouldn't. I'm telling you right now, you'd fucking hate it.
But
My
Talk
favorite-
to Me, you should watch Talk to Me. That
Talk
was
to Me
great.
is pretty good.
I'll do
There is a
Talk to Me.
hospital scene in Talk to Me though, so maybe
Ha!
not.
Oh, yeah,
I-
no.
I'll hold Luna's hand for it.
Yeah. It's okay.
My favorite horror movie of all time is The Thing.
The Thing is great.
It's a good
Classic.
one.
It's classic.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Though I will say, I've recently been thinking about Cube. I want to say I've brought this up before. It's
Mhm.
a psychological thriller where a whole bunch of like people are in this gigantic, deadly cube filled with traps, and they're just trying to figure out how to escape. And like everybody has something that goes on with them. So yeah, it was a very, very tense movie. When Lunar and I watched it one time during a date night, I had accidentally picked the version on Amazon Prime where it would still show ads. But honestly, the ads were kind of welcome because it was a break in the
so
tension.
funny. It was so funny.
Like, oh, thank God, the Reese's Cups.
Oh, Reese's Cups. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
Oh, speaking of Reese's Cups, congratulations on your Chiefs winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah! I can take off like the shirt underneath to reveal I have a Chiefs jersey. No. No, more importantly, that was my dad's birthday gift. It was the funniest thing watching Super Bowl at my house because we had like one of our family friends who was like, oh, both my dad and him have the same exact birthday and they both want to celebrate the Super Bowl. Why not? Let's make it a party. We had a lot of people over, and it became very quickly one side of my family and friends versus the other side of my family and friends. And then it got to the very end, overtime, where it was looking like the 49ers had this, and it was like, okay, whatever. And then the Chiefs came in and fucking won, and my cousin, who is just like so happy that the 49ers were about to win. Saw them get this, like, the Kansas City Chiefs score and win the game. Immediately was like, let's get the fuck out of here. And just, like, dropped it, like, left the house. And he was so mad. And his girlfriend came over and was like, well, we're leaving. Bye. And I was like, okay, goodbye.
Good seeing you guys.
Yeah.
It was it was very
funny.
funny. It was very funny.
And awkward.
Oh
It was
no,
so awkward.
that was not awkward. That was fucking hilarious. We're used to us making fun of each other the entire time.
Oh yeah.
So, as people that watched the Super Bowl, I have heard more about Taylor Swift getting too much screen time than I have about the actual game itself.
So
Who
was it
gives a
that bad?
shit?
But you know what's funny?
No.
You know what's funny? People have been bitching about that, but
Mhm.
somebody went back and rewatched the Super Bowl and did the math. Too much screen time? You know what people are complaining about?
Like 6
All-
minutes.
No, all of 36 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She got 36 seconds of screen time, and that's what people are bitching about.
See, people are just mad about Taylor Swift dating Travis Kelce because they don't like seeing people be happy.
Because, so, like, people brought this up, too. Like, a few of our family friends, they were like, because they had a conversation. My mom was like, yeah, you know, I'm, like, pretty happy for Taylor and stuff like that. And one of them was like, I'm not. She fucking sucks. And it's like, why do you say it's like, was he cutting to her for, like, Super Bowl stuff or things like that? It's like, they cut to all celebrities, though. You, like, realize this, right? Like, hey, my brother in Christ, like, you go and watch, like, basketball games, it will cut to any celebrity that they have there. Adam Sandler, things like that.
Jack
yeah.
Nicholson is at every Lakers game, and they always cut to him.
Exactly. But then it comes down in time for Taylor Swift to be showing up on screen, and her to have just, like, a moment or two showing her face. They do that with any celebrity. It's just like...
I hadn't seen numbers, but like, I definitely haven't seen any videos about certain plays that happened or anything like that. Just seeing salty people bitching about the artist of the year being at the Super Bowl, essentially.
I will also say this too. The Super Bowl attracts a lot of non-football fans.
Oh,
So the viral moments for the Super Bowl isn't likely going to be a play that happened on the field. It's going to be some dumb shit that happened like on the sidelines, or like the picture of Travis Kelce screaming his head off at his coach. Like that's a thing that happened. But yeah, like on a normal like in-season game, you'll see a lot more of those play highlights than you will for the Super Bowl, just because the audience for those two games is vastly different.
They
makes sense.
They even talked about it on the NFL Network. Like the championship weekend, like so that for the AFC and the NFC championship games, like the like talking heads on whatever show it was were like, this for me this is my weekend. This is my football weekend. This is the weekend for me. Because, you know, Super Bowl weekend is its own thing, and that's for like everybody. But for real hard football fans, this is the weekend. Like championship weekend is the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, but yeah, the halftime show was great. Usher did.
The show ruled. It was awesome.
Usher did an awesome job.
He did. It was great.
It's definitely one of the better halftimes that we've seen in the past few years.
in a while.
Yeah.
Since Prince.
Real.
Prince
Honestly,
was fucking amazing. Like that, I don't know if there's anybody that's going to be able to top that.
They won't be able to. My dogs
Let's
are
go further back in time and hit up Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Madonna's was good too.
Oh,
I remember Madonna's being really good.
Was it Madonna with Justin Timberlake?
No, that was Janet Jackson.
Oh, okay.
The nipple controversy.
Yeah.
I still remember
Sports.
Katy Perry and Left Shark.
Oh God.
How could you forget?
Left Shark was busting it down.
Oh,
He
yeah.
busted it down. Let's go.
You know, he was the only one that studied his choreography. Everyone else is wrong.
He knew.
But yeah.
Okay. Thanks for filling that in. I didn't
Yeah.
care enough to actually look into it, but care
Well,
enough to question it.
The Deadpool trailer dropped during it, and Deadpool trailer broke the record for most watched movie trailer in 24 hours.
Yeah,
That
It beat
tracks.
Spider-Man, I think it was.
that
There were-
sounds about right.
There were 6 Temu ads.
Oh my god, bro!
I
good
can't
for
imagine
them.
how many millions or potentially billions of dollars China paid
Hold
It
on,
is-
let me see
it
really
is so
for
quickly.
those
much.
Temu ads.
For one of those ad slots, it's 7 mil. 7 mil a pop.
So times
me-
6.
So
Yeah.
Let me just make sure about this
at
really
least
quick.
42 mil spent on just that ad.
Yeah, roughly 7 mil for how much a Super Bowl ad cost this year.
Which is also
That's nutty.
wild that Robert Kennedy had a fucking ad.
Jesus.
That was the most left field ad out of all of the entire game.
real. But yeah, no. Oh my god, it was.
That's
it
how
was
much
insane.
that's how much China wants to harvest your data.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
willing
yeah.
to spend $42 million to harvest your data.
Yeah.
Please give us your money. Dangles the keys. Oh, you want to give us your money?
Here's a tip from the 25 North podcast. Don't
No.
Don't shop Temu.
Don't shop Temu.
Don't shop Wish. If it doesn't pass a sniff check, trust your nose.
Plus, even if you do order from them, it's going to be garbage quality. So
It really will be.
Yeah. They can't get things that cheap without there being major sacrifices in quality.
Real.
Or probably made by a kid younger than my kid.
Or there's no guarantee for safety. How many of those batteries in the electronics have exploded?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have them down there, but in Canada in the malls we have a store called Showcase that sells like as seen on TV items that are all mass produced in China.
Sharper
We do
image.
have those shows, just not that specific one. Or those stores, just not that specific one.
Well, fun story, I am banned from them Canada wide because, well, here's how the story goes.
Okay.
At one point in my life, I ran a hobby store and did quite well at it to the point where shops that were like 3-4 hours away were calling me and asking me to fucking slow my roll because I was damaging their business.
Huh.
So I got very intimate with remote control planes, like helicopters, boats, all that kind of stuff. And with that, you learn a lot about battery safety because they all run on lithium polymer battery packs that you're daisy chaining together in order to run crazy motors and whatnot. So it's very dangerous at times. Well, Showcase is infamous for just having these remote control toys with lithium polymer batteries in them just out on the shelf plugged in all the time with no safety protocol. So my thing that I would do for a while is I'd go in and I'd disconnect the batteries, and then if somebody asked me about it, I would inform them why. Well, apparently after you do this to like 3 or 4 different showcases in Western Canada, they kind of figure you out and they don't like you. So yeah, you get a blanket ban from all showcases in North America,
Wow.
and I don't care. I wasn't going to buy
Yeah.
anything in those crummy stores anyways.
At that point, you warned them. It's on them if their shit burns down.
True.
Yep. Just hope that it doesn't burn down in someone's house because they bought a $39.99 hoverboard from Showcase.
Yeah, that is definitely a very valid concern. It
So,
reminds
moral
me
of the story: don't shop at Showcase
Mhm.
unless you're in there for a Mr. Beast bar.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah. People. It's the only place I've ever been banned from.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think I've ever been banned from anywhere, but there have definitely been places that it's like, well, I'm never going in there again.
Yeah, there was for like a couple years after, because I lived right next to a mall. And essentially it went Target, and then you enter into the mall, and that's where the Showcase was, and a hair salon, and then a candy store, and then the cheap theater. So it was a 5-minute walk, maybe 10-minute walk tops to get from my apartment to the cheap seat theater. So yeah, they would see me come into the mall and somebody would go and stand at the front of the store, arms crossed, and just stare at me as I walked by. And like, if I was with friends and we tried to pop in there, they must have had my picture behind the till, because they'd be like, no, you're not allowed in here, get out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Gives me a little bit of satisfaction thinking they still have my picture in a book somewhere behind that counter 7 years later.
It's very powerful.
You're the guy that the manager warns the trainee about on the first day.
Yeah.
It taps the sign.
This
If
guy's
you
not
have-
allowed in here.
Somebody
Smartass.
hit their arm.
Yeah.
Oh,
oof.
sorry, I adjusted mine backwards and
Oh,
the
you're
spring
good.
definitely scraped against the side of my monitor.
No, you're good. Need to get a shock mount.
Shock
Yeah.
mount.
Yeah,
I'm
I think I
getting-
have
I'm-
one here somewhere for it.
I'm getting one with the new mic
Woo!
This shock mount
and a
is
pop filter.
this shock mount's pretty shabby right now. It's not doing
Yeah,
so
it looks
hot.
like it's seen some battle. Needs a new
Yeah.
pin.
It's not so much the pin, it's just all the bands and stuff around it have completely lost their elasticity. So
Gotcha.
several
Well-
years of use will do that.
Real.
Yep.
We're almost at an hour and 40 minutes. Should we wrap it?
Damn, are we really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a long
So,
one.
I guess the moral of the story is beware Avatar, watch One Piece, enjoy the
Watch-
Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Get hype for Shadow.
Get
Potentially.
hyped for Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
And
Don't buy Timu.
don't shop at Temu.
Keep your grades up.
Yeah, I think the don't shop at Temu is probably the most important
Real.
talking point out of all of this.
Let's just edit to make that the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we move that to the front?
That's gonna be a
Fix
lot
it
of work.
most.
It's gonna be a lot of work. China, if
Yeah.
you will, if you want, I can edit out the don't shop at Temu. It's gonna cost you $7 million.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. I mean, they've got the cash, clearly.
Yeah, come on. All right,
the 25
Timu.
North podcast will be set for the next 20 years.
Balls in your fucking court, Timu.
For $7 million, I might be able to afford rent without stressing about it.
I gotta buy me a Subaru.
For $7 million, Jackson and I could buy a house.
Yeah.
I'm taking everybody to Disney World. Let's go.
Fuck yeah, let's
Hey,
do
I,
it.
I've never been. Sign me up.
Jackson, you could ask me to marry you at Disney World.
Haven't they banned that or something?
No.
No, they encourage it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They encourage it.
I thought there was some sort of major
they'll set
pushback
up a
from
whole,
Disney
like,
parks.
They'll set up a whole videographer. They'll set you up with a videographer and everything.
Wild.
That's crazy.
I
Disney
did
adults
hear,
are everywhere.
I did hear not to eat at Cinderella's royal dinner thing.
Really?
Well, yeah, because rats run the place.
Yeah,
Duh,
I heard
silly.
to not eat there. That if you're going to eat anywhere fancy, go to Be Our Guest.
I've been
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Have I
I'd
told
much
you I've
rather
been
go
to
to
that,
be your guest anyways.
Yeah, no,
Be my
I've done
guest.
Be Our Guest. I really, really liked it. My friend,
Nice.
my friend has a timeshare with Disney.
Oh, she's the VC or
Yeah, her grandmother is. So because of
DVC?
that, yeah, because of that, now they just reap the rewards of it. And so she brought me to experience Be Our Guest. I got to hug Beast. I wore a pretty dress, and I had the
Nice.
gray stuff. It was delicious.
nice.
Wonderful. All right. Well, should we wrap it up here before we tangent onto
Yeah,
something
we-
completely adjacent?
We're gonna do a
first
whole
2
another
hour
20
long.
minutes on Disney.
Yeah.
Hey, I rewatched Encanto the other day.
Okay.
Fucking love
Ending
it.
still makes me cry.
So good. We can't.
We can't. We can't. We're gonna talk another 20 minutes.
I
Real?
still haven't seen it.
I because it's you. I don't expect it at this point to be anything else different. Anyways, wow. Anyways, look at the time. Thank you very much for checking out this fun little section of 25 North today, kids. We learned a lot, didn't we?
Bye.
Bye.
Until